Now before we get into the meat of this little tale, let me set the scene for you. Picture, if you will, the Galactic Military Academy on Xerion Prime, a planet that looks like someone took Earth, cranked up the gravity to bone-crushing, painted everything in aggressive shades of purple, and decided that having 3 suns was somehow a good idea. The Academy itself is a monument to over-engineering, with spires that stretch toward the sky like the universe's most expensive middle finger. It's here that the galaxy's finest military minds gather to learn the art of interstellar warfare. And by finest, I mean a collection of species so diverse that the orientation handbook reads like a zoology textbook, written by someone having a particularly creative breakdown. You've got your standard issue Zenthari, 8 feet tall, built like a walking tank, with mandibles that could crack walnuts, and an attitude that suggests they've never met a problem they couldn't solve by applying more force. There are the Quellians, who look like someone crossed a praying mantis with a philosophy professor, all spindly limbs and oversized brains that pulse visibly through their translucent skulls. The Vorthak delegates waddle around on 6 legs, resembling nothing so much as angry, militarized crabs with serious authority complexes. And then there are the humans. Oh, the humans. The galaxy's newest addition to this cosmic freak show, these bizarre little bipeds from a backwater planet called Earth. They're small by galactic standards, most barely scraping 6 feet on a good day. They're squishy, they leak various fluids at inappropriate times, and they have this disturbing habit of showing their teeth when they're allegedly happy. Most aliens find this terrifying, which, let's be honest, is probably the point. The thing about humans, though, and this is where our story gets interesting, is that they have this peculiar relationship with what the rest of the galaxy considers normal. Where other species see impossible odds, humans see Tuesday. Where others see certain death, humans see an opportunity to do something spectacularly stupid and somehow survive to brag about it later. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me introduce you to Cadet David Sterling. Now, David, or Sterling, as he preferred to be called because apparently first names were for friends and people who hadn't seen him bench press a Quellian, was what you might generously call a problem child. At 24 standard years, he was older than most cadets, having taken what he called a scenic route through several universities, 2 bars, 1 small war, and a particularly memorable incident involving a hoverbike and a Zenthari ambassador's wedding reception. Sterling stood about 6'2", which made him pleasantly average by human standards and absolutely tiny by Academy norms. He had the kind of build that suggested he'd spent quality time in gravity wells significantly heavier than Earth's, with shoulders broad enough to use as a landing pad, and arms that looked like they could punch through bulkheads. His dark hair was regulation short, his green eyes held the particular brand of mischief that made instructors nervous, and he carried himself with the easy confidence of someone who'd survived things that would have made lesser beings soil themselves.